We just had a fantastic employment law update, the 43rd annual update. I want to say thank you for being a part of that. We had all of our law partners involved this year, which was the first time, and early feedback suggests that we nailed it and did a great job. And I appreciate you being involved in that as well. I was lucky enough to be your host and participate with you, and I thought we had a great audience and good discussion.
I agree with there lots going on in the state of Missouri.
There is a lot going on, and not just in Missouri, but across the country. And I mean, it's a very interesting time, and AI is really the center of that focus from the seat I sit in. It was when we did have our employment law update earlier in the week. We had one in person also up in Peoria, Illinois, and the number one topic of that group there was centered around AI. Just a lot of conversation around policy and the practical use of it and how to audit it, to know if you are doing something wrong, because most people don't even know if they are doing it wrong, and how to tell and audit and manage the systems and so forth. It's very complicated, and that's the topic today: is it making us smarter or not as smart? And just imagine waking up in a world where innovation has somehow made life a little bit boring. And I don't know exactly where you sit on that topic, Burt, but I take the side that I think it's going to make us smarter and more capable. I don't think that it's going to turn that corner for us and make us not as smart.
Yeah, I see both sides of it, Phil. I think that there are aspects of it where we are going to be maybe made a little less smart. I kind of relate it to using GPS. How many times have you gotten buried in your GPS and you're following it blindly and it takes you somewhere wrong, especially if you're in a big city using it to walk around. And then you're like, wait a minute, this is not right. And you try to go back to using a map, a regular map, or just thinking about it like logically where you need to go, how to get from point A to point B, and you have like, what I call map amnesia. You forget how to navigate on your own.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of time to sort of recalibrate there and figure out, okay, I know how to get from A to B. I need to stop relying on these maps. And I do think that there is an aspect of that. So maybe I'll coin a new term, map amnesia. We can have we could have AI amnesia, where we sort of forget some of the things, how to do certain things, because we're using AI to do those things.
Yeah, and it's an interesting way to look at it. I can definitely relate to that. I mean, my kids cannot navigate a map or their directions maybe as well as I can, but they are quick to tell me often, Dad, that is so old school. No one needs to know how to do that today. And
Right.
I'm not sure what the purpose of that is today if we do have the technology. Now, should the technology disappear and go away, then it might be a more critical skill for us. But I even remember in social studies, having to study maps and maps legends and learning how to measure and distance maps and plan trips. And that was a skill that they taught us. Now, maybe in place of that skill, they teach us something else that might be more productive. I don't know. But, I think that's been the story of human evolution, of things that we forget and learn to do, as simple as, if you break it down, I mean, go out and start a fire without matches or fuel and those types of things today and rub two sticks together. And I'm going to bet you can't do it, not very well or effectively. And yet we've lost that skill. But we can light a fire and move on much more quickly than we could back then. So I think there's always a kind of a yin and yang to this one, that there's going to be puts and takes of better and worse. The question is, where does it take us, right?
Well, let me throw this out there. I mean, I think that, where does the skill of reading a map come back into play? It's not just, that we have the technology, so you don't need to be able to do it. It's really, is the technology correct? Is it right? And if it's not, yeah,
That's the big question. You're right.
if it's not right, then you got to be able to figure out the way to do it on your own. And
Well, don't you just replug the address in, right? And
yeah,
try
and it
another one.
keeps
Yeah.
taking you back to the wrong place. And
Yeah.
I did use Grok, and I asked Grok. I said, how many accidents have been caused by people blindly following GPS maps? And Grok introduced a new term to me, and that's called death by GPS when it's fatal. And there are some distracted driving, a lot of it related to improper turning and maneuvering related to GPS. Estimates are by Grok, again, don't know if it's right, that 25 to 30% of all US crashes are caused by improper turning, maneuvering, and related to primarily distractions from GPS.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
It
And
is.
the other half is due to texting or FaceTiming while they drive. But I do remember being, if I can hold up a prop, like reading a map as we're driving and steering and kind of watching the map. I mean, it's all kind of the same thing, just a different form today. But yeah, that's a very interesting number.
Level up your HR game with an AIM Employers Association membership. Get 24/7 expert support, exclusive training, and a network of peers. Join thousands of HR leaders building better organizations. Call AIM at 800-948-5700 or visit aimea.org today to learn about becoming a member.